Hey, Phil here from Got Memories. Got a tape that another one of these box companies rejected. This is, extreme cases of mold. Look at this. This has been in a form of a flood. Sometimes you can tell when the screws are that, and also telltale sign, which is a bit confusing, but this was in with it with all the other damaged tapes, used in case of flood. So I don't know how often this this situation occurred, but I'm going to show you in this video, like I do in all my other videos, kind of what I do to clean all of this stuff and make sure that it's going to be viewable. Now, never ever do what I'm doing right now, which is putting it in a VCR. This is just kind of an example here. These throwaway VCRs I switch out just to kind of demonstrate what it looks like. And that's it right there. So not pretty. Nothing at all. You can't even view it. So, the reason why these companies don't do this stuff is because of this. And they're only charging, they can't even get perfect tapes right. So this is a tape now that I've just managed to restore over. You're going to see a few static lines here and there. But these heads need to be cleaned. This is very time consuming. None of these tapes, none of these companies, even if they're perfect tapes, if you've got anything like this, all these companies are going to reject everything. I wouldn't send off to any of these corporate behemoths because they're just, you get what you pay for. But anyway, if you're after, personalized customer service, small business, that's me. If you have this stuff, I need to know about it in terms of the condition and the story behind it. Not many companies do this stuff. And if your stuff has been in a flood, hurricane, that kind of stuff, and your, natural disaster stuff, I would reach out to your insurance company first, because I do work with a lot of insurance companies on restoration work. So it all goes through them. You then tell them about a vendor, and then they make contact with me, and then we go from there. Anyway, so there's a couple different ways about this as I talk in some of my other videos. This is an extreme case. I am baking some tapes, or have been. This is a food dehydrator, so it extracts moisture from the tapes. 135 degrees Fahrenheit and about 8 hours, kind of see where you're at, then turn them around, do another 8 hours. Sometimes you got to do them 3 times over. There are, I'm going to show you a different way here as well, which works just as well. And then this here, I'm going to have to flip over to the other camera. So it's not using face, because I use the MixCam app, and the app crashes constantly because it just heats up the phone, something chronic, and it just crashes. And the developer, the guy, he's been back and forth with me, and he's like, no, everything's fine, just reset your iPhone. No, it keeps crashing. After about 5 minutes, I don't know, this phone gets red hot, and it's an iPhone 14, and then it just crashes. So anyway, I'm going to switch over to the regular camera and then go from there. Okay, so gonna unscrew the screws. They're not rusted, so that's a good sign. Sometimes they are rusted, and then that poses a whole other problem. That's usually with the small video 8 tapes that they are rusted. Also VHSCs, compact tapes get rusted, even if they haven't been in moisture, really. I've had a few nightmare jobs recently with breaking open VHSC tapes, and then I just put them inside a full-size VHS housing. Okay, let's see. So what can be common with this is tape shedding. So you don't know what you're going to get. You can kind of see it right here. It's kind of, look at that. That's special. I can see that zoom in. Yep. So let's see. Zoom in a bit here. Okay, fun. And I am in on a Sunday where the phones aren't ringing, and it just reminds me to put airplane mode on. So it doesn't stop the video. That's always fun. All right, let's have a look here. So a little vacuum cleaner, or handheld job there. Vacuum out all the bits and pieces. You don't want to recontaminate everything. And then also using, I've got these cloths and this right here. Come in packs, you get them off Amazon. So I'm just going to cut a little piece here to clean inside of the tape with a little bit of, this is isopropyl, 99%. And as I say in my videos, I joke around, I need to drink some of that after I'm done with dealing with all these tapes. And give this a little, look, this is broken as well, so I'm going to push this back in because that can impede the transport of the tape from one side to the other. And let's see what else. That's that, so we're going to keep that out of the way with the screws. And then look at this lovely mess here. All right, so I am going to, there are many different ways around this. I've got my own little methods here that been kind of passed on to me as well, and other little ways. Because the thing is, when you're doing this, there's no real handbook, so to speak, because you think all these multi-million-dollar companies that are spending millions of dollars on Google ads every week and stuff, and they can't figure out how to fix this stuff. And, most of the time it's just thrown away. So there aren't many of us out there doing this. So I've just sprayed this. I'm gonna lift this here. This kind of can speed up the process and get rid of a good amount, look at that there, good amount of gunk and junk from it without even, let's see, yeah, you can see some real bits there. Look at that. That is just come off of that. So let's do this side now. See if I can zoom in. All right, let's see. Oops. Careful not to split it, crack it, because then you got yourself another problem. And yeah, look at that. That was clean. Both sides filthy. Let me go ahead and move this down a bit. Let's just cut that bit off. Look at that whole edge there. Just cut that. And yeah, you can see right there, that's not pretty. Okay, and let's wrap that around there. You need something firm. I'm just using a piece of this right here. It's very thin. Just wrap it around. And give it another spray. There we go. And all right. This isn't gonna get all of it. This is kind of just a bit, look at that. And spray this end. Now I'm gonna do this side here. This is chunky over here. Oh, careful. Yeah, that is gonna be difficult to get just this little bit off here. I'm just kind of doing it along. Yeah, no, this is too thick. That's what she said. All right, let me, I'm just gonna do this now. All right, so I'm gonna put it on the cleaner here. Let's see, gonna move it over there. Oops, zoom out. All right, so these rollers have just been on another tape. So I'm just gonna peel them off here and then put new ones on, which I've pre-cut. All right, so yeah, I just put a piece of tape on there and just wrap it around. Just kind of go. And then the same on the other. See, this one was filthy. And okay, where's the other piece? There we go. See, look, I've got like a bit right here, just taped. And I'm gonna wrap that around. Let's see. Let's spread a little bit. Just dampen it a little bit on the back roller there, just because it's all right. Then we're gonna. All righty, I'm gonna turn it on. All right. Take the tension and then turn it. I'm gonna do this. I mean, it's going along that roller already, but I want to kind of take it off as well. Slow it down a bit. If I slow it, oops. Yeah. Kind of see, and there's no shedding going on with this one. Hopefully, actually, I'm going to shut my mouth because it's all right. So yeah, you can kind of see on the edge there. Look, that's that. Now, getting another piece of this and then spraying it with some alcohol. Turn this off a sec. Let me get the vacuum out. Probably doing too much there, but every little bit helps. I have to be careful on these videos with the trolls out there that sit there and watch these videos, and while they're sitting at home, they're like, no, that's not how you do it. And to all of those of you out there that sit there and spend an hour in the comments writing about how you do it or how you would do it based on your armchair knowledge, please do not waste time spending an hour writing and even a smarmy response. Please, for the love of God, just make a video like this and show the world how you do it, okay? Enough of the troll crap, because I see some of these users and they've got like 3 videos and they're just stupid, I don't know what they are. And yeah, you immediately just get blocked with dumb comments. I'm doing something that no one's really doing. And there's no real handbook to this stuff. It just takes time, trial and error, and all these companies are not touching this stuff, and people have got near and dear memories on them. So yeah, look at that, black. See, look, that was white, that's original. Let's unravel that and kind of see the dirt. Okay. Doesn't really come out on that, but all right, so let's take a trip to this side here. Okay, so we're gonna rewind it. Let's see. I'm gonna do it this way now. Oh, bugger. Good times. All right. All right. Just kind of keep it on there myself, just because this is like was excessive. But this is also, so that you can kind of see what you can see. Bits and pieces. See, look, all the bits of mold are just flying off here. Look. As you can see, I mean, it is going through the rollers here as well. Oh, sticky tape. Shit. Can you hear that? That is, oh, no, because then it'll start to shed. So, situations like this kind of call for a little contact cleaner, which doesn't harm the tape at all. Just kind of lubricates it a little. Because what this has now in this portion is what's known as sticky shed syndrome. So, and it will strip like this. I'll show you. This is a video 8 tape that has got really bad sticky shed. You can't even unravel it, it's just stuck. But what happens, okay, here we go. So what happens is this tape is stuck. So wait for it. If you peel it back, the backing is basically glued to the front and it just sheds. Look, there we go, that's what happens. Just breaks off. So that's an extreme case. But when you start to hear this, like kind of sticking, it means that it is potentially gonna shed. Oh shit, wrong way. Okay, and what I do is I take the tension. So I take the tension here. All right. So it doesn't get too crazy, out of control. So you can't hear that shedding anymore, that like sticky noise. So the contact cleaner does work well. Oh. And I'm gonna get a piece of this now just to kind of get this last bit of tape. It's got the mold on the top. I'm gonna cut a piece of the cloth, just kind of dampen it a little bit, just dampening it here, kind of wring it out a little bit, and then just hold this a little bit here. And then just hope it holds with the sticky side of things, because otherwise, when it sheds, you got to stop it, peel away like packing tape sheds sometimes. Same thing, got to pick away at it, find the end, and then re-splice it back together, and then seconds later it'll do the same thing over again. It's a nightmare. Okay, it held up. See, there's some dirt there. All right, now I'm going to spray a bit more here on this. And then just get the vacuum out. See, look, you can see all the bits there. There's more that's shed off. And again, I use a little vacuum because compressed air just spreads it around. And especially if you've got allergies or anything like that, the mold can just go everywhere. All right, so here's the bit that I just did. Okay. Give it a little shine. Make it look pretty. All right, and also don't forget the backing as well. People just think about the front, but the back as well, because all this is going to be rewound now, and then it'll all just accumulate back on it. So, kind of see the dirt there. Okay, and then I'm gonna get another piece, and yeah, look at that. That was just from cleaning that. All right. All right, another little piece of paper. All right, so there we go. I'm just gonna flip the switch here. Oh shit, no. There we go. All right. I've got it on full power, but I am kind of managing it. Oops. These rollers get a lot off, but I do like to kind of have it on the top as well. Let's see what these rollers are looking like. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to check these rollers right now. Look at that. I'm going to check the rollers real quick. And yeah, you can see all the dirt. So what I do here is I unravel it and then I take it off and then reuse the other side. Although, oh, wait a minute. All right. Oh, Christ, my brain's going. All right, let's see. Let's stick the sticky tape on the other side. That would help. All right, here we go. This is like a cooking show, but without anything fun. All right, so we got that. It's gonna go there. Pull that one off. Yeah, look at that. And then I'm gonna unravel it. Get that piece of tape off and flip it. There we go. Flip it on the clean side. There we go. And just kind of smush it so the fabric kind of goes together, and then put it there. Take the tension. All right, and then I'm gonna take another little piece of this here, like just kind of. Oh shit. There we go. All right. Got kind of my forefinger on the other side. I'm just keeping it rolling, especially through this sticky section. You can hear it kind of sticking. And I don't edit my videos, as you can well tell, because I just don't have the time. I just throw them up on YouTube, and there we go, look at that. Gonna just do a bit of alcohol on the other side, one-handed, there we go. I mean, when you're doing this stuff, it is very time consuming, and you've got to have patience. This is why nobody does this stuff, because it's a lot of work, and it is a lot of liability. Liability is huge, because these companies don't want to touch it. They don't want to be liable, which, you know, to their own devices, but this is, when you're opening them up, you're opening up a can of worms. I mean, literally. Okay, we're past all the sticky stuff now. And it's going to come to an end. Let's slow it down. Take the tension there because it's looking a little unbalanced. And then as it gets towards the end, you slow it down. Whoops. All right, oh shit. Okay, whoa. Okay, so with that out of the way, let's see what we have. Thank goodness I didn't have to do the sticky shed situation, but this is now standby. All right, there we go, coming together now. All right, let's just vacuum that up because the bits and pieces got on the I should have had this out of the way, but anyway. All right, so let's do this. Let's move that there. It's important to get it in underneath that little flap. Come on. It's always a bit of a challenge. And then around the... Okay, there we go. And then this side's a bit easier. And then this bit you've got to be really careful with because springs can fly out. But the telltale sign you know you got it right is the clicking. I'm just going to wind past the beginning bit here because sometimes it can... Let's see. Ooh, God, don't start. Don't do this to me. All right, there we go. All right, so... Oh no, the top's come off. All right, that's not essential right now. That's another thing with these companies. They are looking for any excuse to not digitize your stuff. I've just noticed something here. They are looking for any excuse to not digitize. Is that right? Yeah. So they don't have to transfer your stuff, especially if you're dealing with hourly employees that don't care. There's no passion. There's no pride. It's just a job. And there's such a disconnect, and this is a huge thing, a massive disconnect between the customer and the employee. Whereas if you go small, reputable small, I'm not talking like just some Yahoo, because there's a bunch of those around, and there's one here in Phoenix that needs to clean up their act. But you need to see this, period, and a YouTube channel, hopefully. because you get, going small, you do get a connection with the customer, and they're telling you their stories. And I mean, people have, lovely stories and also some tragic stories. And, these are people's lives, and this is what they've got left of loved ones, and there's no other footage of them, and they want to, see them again, hear them again, all that kind of stuff. So for the person, you've got to have a heart to be doing this job or have a business doing this. When it's just corporations that are just, dial an 800 number and boom, run. Actually, don't ever use a company with an 800 number, period. Press 1 for this, press 2 for that. Okay, I'm going to disconnect my phone here and see what in the world this is. Oh, I need to have the tripod again. Flip. Okay, because I want to show you how I got to clean the head on this thing real quick. Because I did. This is one of my test VCRs, but it does actually do. Okay, so what you're going to need is chamois tip. Okay, so one of these chamois tips. Okay, it's got chamois at the top. That side's kind of dirty. This side's completely clean. So spray it with some alcohol. And then you're going to take the drum right here and then press against it and turn it. So I'm going to do that while that's that. And so you can see they're completely clean. And then put some pressure on it and just rotate with your thumb. And then that will clean the video head. And then there should be a bunch of crap that comes off. Yep, look, see that? This is what all these companies don't do. That's why they're just throwing out trash transfers or telling you there's nothing on it. When their video heads are so clogged or worn out, they can't even read the tapes. So, there you go. Boom, that simple. You can spend, 12 grand a day on AdWords, but not 50 cents on that kind of stuff. All right, so let's see what we got. All right, here's the drum roll. Hold on. I'm gonna pop this in now. And say a prayer to the Panasonic gods. All right, so it's always a bit scratchy at the beginning. Oh boy, there we go. Hooray!
Is withholding their identity.
Aha!
Tell me, Aloysius, where were you when you came across that dynamic duo?
What in the world?
Well, we were sitting out by the pool, me and my husband.
All right.
And I overheard this couple talking about going to Albuquerque.
Oh my gosh, this is
to mail
hilarious.
some mail. And
All right, I'm going to show my face here real quick. I am happy with that. That is clear and clean. Hopefully it stays that way. Yeah. Boom.
Where do you think they are now?
Anyway, this is where all the magic happens. If you do have this stuff and you want to get it done, gotmemories.com. What else? Saying all the videos. Seriously, if you have stuff that bad, I'm gonna need pictures. So you can email info@gotmemories.com. Pictures of all your stuff, and I need backstory on what in the hell happened to these tapes. Where they've been? Were they in submerged salt water? Were they fresh water? What the situation was? So, because that helps me figure out what's what. If you have gone through these situations and you have homeowners insurance, natural disaster kind of stuff, personal effects, that is usually covered in your insurance policy. So contact your insurance company and then they contact me or what have you. If you're thinking this is cheap and easy and I do this $10 a tape, no. Okay, you gotta have a budget for this. If you don't know what's on the tapes and you don't care what's on the tapes, throw them away. But if you know what's on the tapes and you really, really, really want to preserve them and have someone that is professional, going to be taking really good care of them, I'm the guy. If you are in the industry, you know, all the best to you. Keep your heads clean and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, all right. Oh yeah, and also, I know it sounds cheesy to like and subscribe, but if you do hit the like button, it does tell Google, like, boop, this stuff's good material, and then it gets pushed up to the top, and then more people can find out about this stuff, because people are devastated when they're getting all their tapes back from these companies, and they're like, oh no, they're done, they're like toast, and everything. If you are in Phoenix, I am here, not in England, but I do have a storefront. This is a Sunday. Yeah, so this is where it all happens. And again, 5.0 on Google. Everyone keeps sending all their crap and not checking reviews. Yeah, it's never going to be perfect unless you're me. But it's up to like 300 now. You know, been in the local news here, you know, just do really good work. It's me and my lad, although he's up to like here now. Yeah, anyway, all the best to you. Cheers. Okay, just an update on this tape, final bonus footage. So there's home movie footage at the beginning, and then it goes to some TV.
Christmas without Santa Claus would be a crime.
Yeah.
It's after time.
This is, you know, this can happen. But then again, you know, you never know, because that could be on it as well. So it's just a mess at this point. But what I do is just capture everything, and then to the end of the tape, and then I delete all this stuff. But you never know, because the customer could be like, you know, that could be him. It could be an actor in this TV show. I don't know. So I do reach out and see what the deal is. Or that could be the daughter of the person. Who knows? Never know.